Hi guys, welcome back. Today's video is gonna be a collab video with some lovely ladies from the Facebook group, Ladies Who Love to Collab. So everybody that's joining in on this collab is gonna be listed down below, and so go and make sure you go check out their channel, show them your support and all that good stuff. So what I'm gonna be talking about today is my favorite transition shades. So I don't know what everybody else or what approach they're taking. I don't know if they're going based on formula, based on color, based on brand. I don't know how they're doing it, but I'm going based on a little bit of everything. It's mostly shades and formulas, how easy it is to blend out, and you know, the effect that it gives. So I'm gonna be going through some of my shades, and let me just say, please ignore my baggage. Please, it is bad. I have had a couple of unrestful nights, so just ignore that. Okay, so getting on to my shades. So getting started with the products that I chose. This one right here is in my, I have it in my products I want to use up in 2016. So it is going to be this color right here. And there's just something about this color that I love. If it was up to me and if I could, I would... You know what? It actually is up to me. I could wear it all the time if I wanted to. But my eyeshadows do kind of sort of have to make sense sometimes, at least some of the times that I wear it. So I don't wear it all the time. But I just love this shade. It's like a brick reddish brown kind of shade. And I don't know what it is about it. I just love it. So I love it in my crease. I love it as a transition shade. So I'm not going specifically on the brand because this is not even a brand you can get anymore. But I love both of them, but this one in particular, I just love it as a transition shade. It's just one of my favorite shades overall. I just love this one. This other one is also in a project that I have that I'm trying to use up. And this one is for the consistency and it's also for the color. And it is in my little Avon Duo. As you can see, it's almost gone. And what I did, this one's crushed because I repressed it and that didn't go so well. But I just liked it as a transition shade. And it's that one right there. So as you can see, it's a very light brownish kind of thing. You can't even tell. That's why I'm not swatching them too much. But on the lids, it's actually a really nice transition shade. And I just really enjoy using it. It's easy to use. It's easy to blend. It's really old in my collection. So I'm surprised that I actually can still use it. And it's not patchy or anything like that. That is another one of my favorite shades or my favorite shadows to use as a transition shade on my lid. Next, I have my palette for the Meet Matte, and it's this one right here. It's a little palette. So in this one, I have several of them. So these are all the colors that come in this palette. I like to use, depending on what look I'm going to be getting, I like to use this one right here. And I also like to use this one. If I'm going in for a like pinkish or purplish kind of look, I'll use this one. It all depends on what I'm going for, like I said. But these are so pigmented and just so buttery. It's just, I just really enjoy using them. This one right here is more of a cool toned kind of brown, and I swatched it right here. It's kind of like a brownish, like a stone kind of almost grayish brown. So, and again, you can't really tell on my swatches because I'm not doing too much of a heavy swatch. But those right there are some of my favorite transition shades because the Balm just has the best formula, in my opinion. One of the best formulas out there. So I just love their shades, and this one has a lot of my favorite transitions in them. Next, I have a similar one to the Meet Matte, but this one is from Too Faced. Also great quality shadows and one of my favorite brands. And this comes from the Matte Eye Palette. So in this one, I use a lot of them for transitions. I can use Fashionista for a light transition shade. I can use Tuffled Suede. Is that what it's called? Yes. Tuffled suede right here. Why am I holding it backwards? Okay, there we go. So tuffled suede also is a good transition color. And of course, we have chinchilla over here, and vintage violet is also a good transition if you're going kind of like for a smoky eye, kind of like what I have on today. Those are all great transition shades, and the formula is amazing. It just blends super, super well. So all of these are very buttery, very pigmented. So if you're into neutrals, this is a great palette to have, and they're all amazing. So moving on. Now I have my Anastasia Beverly Hills Maya Mia palette. And this one is also a bunch of warm kind of tones. So for this one, I have, again, this is kind of like a cool toned, stony kind of color, just the same as a Meat Matte. I also have this caramel color, which I absolutely love. That's it right there. I really, really like this as a transition shade. I don't know what it is about these colors that just gets me, and it's just so beautiful on the lid. And then this one right here, which is Sienna, which would be kind of similar in shade to the very first one I mentioned. And let me swatch it. It is this one right here, and it's just that reddish brown type of color that I just love. So those are really, really beautiful transition shades. So I guess I'm sticking to kind of the same or similar kind of shades when it comes to transition shades. I like to just mix it up. Whatever I feel like using, I use, but these are the colors that I mostly gravitate to. Now I have a color in my Panda palette. In the palette that I'm panning, and it is going to be this one right here. So this is a pinkish shade, and I use it every day, and it's my everyday pinkish kind of shade, and I'm all out of fingers to swatch. Dryish and not so buttery as the previous ones that I've mentioned, but it's still really pretty color, and I still enjoy using it. Didn't swatch, but I still enjoy using it every day. So as a transition shade for these shades right here, I just like it, and I just enjoy using it overall. Now for one of my favorite palettes in my collection. It's the Laura Lee palette from Violet Voss, and this one has a lot of transition shades that I'm just crazy over. This one has basically summed up a lot of the transition colors that I mentioned in the other palette. So let me start with this one right here, which is Press Pot. I love this, and these shades are just so buttery. That is Press Pot right there. Next is Mama Bird right here, and there is Mama Bird. I didn't really get that one. Okay, there's Mama Bird. I also love Britches. That is Britches right there. And Bride right here. Basically all the matte shades in this palette, they're just gorgeous, and I just love them. Let me swatch Alabama right here. This is Alabama, and it is this one right here. So basically this palette is just like heaven to me. It has all the best transition colors. If I need to do a matte eye, I go to this palette. If I need to just pick a quick transition color, I'll go to this one, because I just love the shades in here. So this one has a lot of the shades that I mentioned, just summed up into one. So next I have my Lorac Pro 2, Lorac Mega Pro 2, and this one is also like transition color heaven. I just love all of them. Tawny right here is just beautiful. Burlap is gorgeous as well. Sorbet right here is really nice. I've used Tangerine also when I was doing like this kind of orangey kind of eye. I used Tangerine. And of course there's also Goji right here, which is that kind of like, it's not really a cranberry-ish color. No, it doesn't look cranberry. Well, it's kind of like maroonish, cranberry-ish color. And I also love that color as a transition shade for my eyes. I just think it's gorgeous. So that about sums up some of my favorite transition shades that I have in my collection. These are not limited. These items that I'm mentioning do not limit my transition shades, which means that I don't only reach for these products when I'm trying to do a transition shade. I'm kind of just giving you a summary and overview of the different shades that I have in my collection. Of course, I have plenty of others, but these are like just some that I picked out so I can show you which are some of my favorite colors. I kind of gravitated towards a mix of brand, color, and texture. These are all amazing products that I just showed you. I can't wait to see what some of the other ladies came up with. What are their transition colors? Am I just boring, or am I too weird with my transition shades? I don't know. I just use what I like what I like, and like what I use. So that is just me in a nutshell. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you let me know down below what are some of your transition shades. If you have if some of your favorite shades are some that I've mentioned, or do you disagree? Do you think that some of these shades should not be used as a transition shade? Just let me know what you think down below. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.